Good morning and welcome to another episode of Josh and Pat. I'm Joshua Klein, joined by Patrick Cassett. And for the last 22 weeks, we had to watch the NFL, a B-list form of football that really is no good. But now the real thing is here. The XFL is back and better than ever. And now this is when real football starts. Patrick, are you ready for the XFL? And what can we look forward to?
Football season doesn't stop. You have to love it. And if you're the XFL, when it doesn't work the first time, you try again. When you bring it back and it doesn't work the second time, you try again. Everybody knows the third time's the charm.
Third time's the
And
charm.
this year is the magical season of the XFL.
Patrick, I'm very excited about it. And I think maybe in the years past, I haven't been as invested. And that's on me. But I believe that maybe it's been after watching Taylor Heineke. Maybe Taylor Heineke single-handedly brought XFL stock back up in my brain because I'm searching for diamonds in the rough here. I'm searching for the next guy. I'm doing some recruiting. And when you have a team like the Houston Roughnecks, who I'm a loyal fan of now, and we got three solid quarterbacks who all of them probably are going to be NFL bound by the end of the season, you can't help but get excited.
Josh, you know, everybody's dream is to watch an 8-team league, right? Because you with 8 teams, you truly know who the best team is. You don't get a fraud like the Eagles that end up in the Super Bowl. 8 teams is the perfect amount to have because guess what? Everybody knows each other. It's like having a rivalry across the league. Josh, I know you're a Houston guy, but I mean, I got to support the DMV, the DC Defenders. You bring up Taylor Heineke. Well, do you know who started over Taylor Heineke in the XFL?
Who's that?
Jordan Ta'amu.
Oh,
and he is the quarterback of the DC Defenders.
That's insane. You know, he can always for the rest of his life say, you know, I started over Taylor Heineke. Now, granted, probably would prefer to be in Taylor Heineke's position if I had to guess.
But Josh, he just hasn't got the right break yet.
But yeah, I think it's exciting. I hope they do good. I mean, you can watch them. They're on ESPN. They're on ABC. Like, you can watch the games. Now, is this going to be, we talk about it, we get excited about it. Week 1, we're invested. And then week 2, we're like kind of out potentially.
Josh, I'm a fan. I don't know about you. I know that you'll be busy Saturday night at 8:30, but it's Sunday night primetime, 8:00 for me. I'll be tuned in. Seattle Sea Dragons come into the district. I mean, I will say this: if the DC Defenders can purchase me a ticket and a plane ticket, I will go to an XFL.
Yeah, what's the press pass situation like for these XFL games? I wonder how. I bet you it's hard to get in. I bet you it's probably more demand than the NFL, if I had to guess.
Right.
But
yeah,
that's exciting. Alvin Kamara, he has been indicted for assault that took place last year, the alleged assault that took place. Well, the assault definitely took place last year. Allegedly, Alvin Kamara did the assault. If you think about it, if we just do simple math here, technically that makes him worse than OJ. If I had right,
Simpson.
If he goes to jail, or he's technically worse than OJ, you could put it on the headline: Alvin Kamara worse than OJ.
Well, let's not forget about Cincinnati Bengals players Chris Lamons, who's also involved. He's also indicted.
Whoa. And that's going to really hurt a team that was set up to win because of the rookie contracts.
Yeah, so that's a tough look for them. The thing about Alvin Kamara, which is like, I guess it's not fun, but Pro Bowl back in Las Vegas this year, right? They have the Pro Bowl games. They get rid of, they have flag football, all that stuff. Alvin Kamara just decided to go to LA. Just decided that he's just going to go to the NASCAR race. He is an owner. He is an owner, a NASCAR team owner.
Wow. He's a smart decision by him, by the way. Honestly, at this point, you should just stay away from Las Vegas if you're an NFL player. Like, and everyone's talking about, all these free agents like Aaron Rodgers going to Las Vegas, or don't go to Las Vegas. We see what happens when you go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, there should be a travel restriction to Las Vegas. right? And it should be like a self-travel restriction because good things don't happen in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like there's a pattern, and I think it's called the Sin City for a reason. If you're an NFL player,
Name,
stay away from Vegas. It's just stay away. That's my
I mean,
message.
Josh, we've had what 57 Super Bowls. Name one good player that's played for Las Vegas.
Shh. Name one.
I can't.
By the way, do we have an update on Mark Davis's girlfriend?
Well, we do know that Mark Davis is now bald. He's committed to the shave off. Did you see the new haircut?
No, but I think that's a good move because nobody's gonna knock a billionaire for being bald, but you can be mocked for a bad haircut no matter how much income you have.
I agree. I
So
agree. But
I mean,
do you feel,
and he's kind of joined an elite class there, like the Bezoses of billionaires. You know, the bald look is a real thing amongst
well,
that class.
can we say Mark Davis is a billionaire? I don't think he quite has that money.
Because if he did, he could fire
Fire Josh McDaniels,
Josh
right?
McDaniels. Yeah, that's a great point. And I bet you the Patriots fans are probably donating to the Raiders GoFundMe account to get Mark Davis some more money. If you think about it.
Boom, here it is. The Patriots take Josh McDaniels' contract, but in return, Matt Patricia has to be the head coach of the Raiders.
I think that a lot of Patriots fans would take that deal.
Would you if you're a Raiders fan? I don't even know if you're a Raiders fan. Does Mark Davis take it? Because think about all the money that he can save.
I think it's a win-win. That's a great point. That's a win-win for everybody. Great job, Patrick.
Thank you.
Tiger Woods gave someone a tampon. Who did he give a tampon to?
Justin Thomas.
Tiger Woods
So
gave Justin Thomas a tampon because,
he outdrove him.
which is a big deal.
It is a big deal because, Josh, let's put it like this. Tiger Woods is now in his upper 40s, right? Tiger Woods has a robotic leg, essentially. He also has a fused spinal back thing, right? And he's basically a walking robot.
Well, that seems to me like that'd be an advantage, actually.
Well, it's a good spin zone. It is.
Yeah,
Justin Thomas.
it's like there's probably a reason. There's probably a reason he's out driving him. He's got freaking go gadget in his leg going, you know.
That is a good point. Is Tiger Woods a better golfer now? Is Tiger Woods on performance enhancing robotics?
Do you think we'll ever get to a point and like, and as the evolution of like technology progresses and the evolution of like all these different, ailments, I can't imagine like one day we're going to have a real conversation and it's going to be like performance enhancing robotics outlawed, right? That's going to be a thing because one day somebody's going to go and they're going to get a robot arm and it's going to just be programmed to just throw lasers and it's going to be game over.
Right. And this will go down as the same conversations as we've had in before about performance enhancing drugs. This will go down in the light of deer antler spray Ray Lewis used in the Super Bowl. I mean, same stuff.
Yeah, basically the same stuff. And I do think it's gonna be an interesting conversation. Or what happens when they start using stem cells and they just regrow body parts like completely? It's like, oh well, that technically that body part is underage. So
well, yeah. So
it's
so
not legal to be able to play.
Right. So like imagine you have that conversation. So you're a baseball pitcher and you're like 35, you start losing your stuff. You go, well, just cut my arm off.
Yeah.
Just cut it off.
It's basically like, hey, it's this or Tommy John. I'm going with just full amputation.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, good for Tiger playing good golf. Will I ever care? Probably not. But I mean, why does he have tampon just in his pocket?
That's a great.
Like, I get the gesture that like it's like, oh, it's cool. It's interesting that he did that. But why did he have it on him in the first place?
That is a great question. Yeah, Josh, maybe that's what journalists should be asking.
Do you have like because I don't go golfing much. Do you carry tampon around when you go golfing?
I don't, not on me personally, no.
But I guess like maybe that's just a thing once you get to the next level.
Right. I just haven't been invited to the club yet.
Yeah. It's like kind of like it shows your skill level. It's the inside golfers are really good. It's like when you win the Masters, you get the green jacket, but you also get a tampon.
I like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was a good one, Josh.
Aaron Rodgers should be, if my calculations are correct, in the middle of darkness right now. So if you could basically be Aaron Rodgers and just simulate what he's going through, if you just
close your eyes.
Okay. So basically, I'm in his world right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if this is helping me make any good decisions, though.
This is like, Josh, when you get on TikTok and people are like, yeah, the cold exposure. Does it work?
Does it? I don't know. I do think that the sun was a thing for a reason, right?
That's a good point. That is a good point.
And it doesn't feel like we're supposed to go that long without being in the sun. Isn't that gonna? And I think that. And listen, I do not know. And maybe I'm gonna have to go try it out one day and see for myself.
Well, but Josh, I think part of it is it's not necessarily the 4 days of darkness. It's the drugs that you take with it.
Do you think that he can listen to podcasts while he's in the darkness?
Yeah, but he's got to make sure they're all set to what is it? It's going to be a 72-hour span.
Mm.
Do you get to sleep?
I don't know. Well, I've been listening to podcasts going to bed, and I'll just turn one on, and then I'll be there. I'm invested, and then I never get to the end of it, so that's always just a thing. But I've enjoyed it. So hope Aaron's doing good. He's going to the Raiders.
Well,
that's what I hear.
Well, okay, but if you're Aaron Rodgers, so you have the podcast going, right? But like, say you're like, you get a phone call. Like,
is he listening to this podcast?
That's might be. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, if you made it to this far
in the episode, DM us, and we'll send you a free mug. That's a great point. Yeah. Listen, I think he's going to be a Raider now that I'm thinking about it. He just looks too. Colin Cowherd had a great take. He said, aesthetics matter as a quarterback. And when I see Colin Cowherd in a Jets uniform,
Aaron Rodgers.
So if I see, who did I say?
You said Colin Cowherd.
When I see Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like a fit.
By the way, did you see?
But when I see him in a Raiders uniform, that's a Raiders quarterback.
Did you see Colin Cowherd right before the Super Bowl? He jumped on your bandwagon, your take wagon, and he was basically talking about how the Eagles hadn't played anyone. Wow. And I was like, what? What a take this is to drop right before the Super Bowl. I was like, I love this, Colin.
By the way, I got obliterated by Eagles fans. They were not happy. I posted a video simply stating my truth and my facts. And they were not happy. I mean, they just were. Listen, I was going through, and it seems like they're all kind of salty a little bit. They're all kind of upset. Even Chiefs fans were getting mad at me because they felt like, oh, well, you're devaluing our win. Everyone was mad at me on the internet. But, it was okay. I stand by my take. I stand by it.
Well, Josh, I don't know about you, but it is, 5 days later, the Eagles are still your Super Bowl losers.
Yeah.
I actually got sent some Eagles jokes this week. And I just want to read a few, if you don't mind, if we have a couple minutes here.
I don't mind. Hit them.
Thank you, Josh. Let me put it like this.
Got it.
What is the difference between an Eagles fan and a baby?
What?
Well, sooner or later, the baby's going to stop crying.
That's a good one.
Okay. Boom. What? These are great dad jokes. What does a Chick-fil-A employee and an Eagles player have in common?
What?
Well, they don't show up on Sundays.
That's good. Well, yeah, no, those are good, Patrick.
Thank you,
I
Josh.
those are very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Eagles lose. I mean, they have a good team. Listen, I say it a lot, and I'll say this again. Jalen Hurts, he did play a good game, but that being said, if you look at the score, he gave the game when he touchdown to the Chiefs, but it's what it is. Anyway,
Josh, have
what
you heard about Sodgate?
what? Oh, because
What?
did the NFL rig the sod in the Chiefs' favor?
Right, because the guy that has planted every sod for 57 years also is a Chiefs fan.
So he made the super grass to control the game.
Yeah.
So basically, he grew every single one of those little grass blades. He grew every single one of those grass blades to have a bias towards the Chiefs. So the grass is basically like, hey, oh, stepping on me now, Chiefs player,
Yep.
don't slip. Stepping on me now as the Eagles player, you know. Or maybe here's also, what if I know Rihanna said that, she's a big Patrick Mahomes fan. Did she intentionally coordinate her Super Bowl halftime show to mess up the field for the Eagles?
Josh, she was wearing red. She was wearing Chiefs colors.
Wow. This makes too much sense. The Chiefs and Rihanna, no, the NFL and Rihanna were in coordination to rig the grass in favor of the Chiefs.
Yes.
Wow.
By the
Clip it.
way, as an Eagles fan, if your only hope on this Friday morning after the Super Bowl is to say you lost the Super Bowl because of the grass, get a life.
Maybe. I didn't think they have a life in the first place, so that's not true. We need to stop hating on Eagles fans for just a little bit. I'm going to give you guys a break. Anyway, Lamar Jackson is back. That's great. Ravens hired Tom Monken. Patrick, tell me about Tom Monken as a Georgia guy.
Todd
Monken. Tell me about Todd Monken as a Georgia guy, other than the fact that he kind of stole the job that I was front runner for. Is what it is.
Yeah, some would say you didn't ever send in the application, though. That's a little tough.
I thought it was a done thing. Like I was on the radar, they were on mine. I was kind of waiting for the contracts to be sent over. Is what it is.
Right. You misinterpret it. Yeah. Anyway, Todd Monken. People ask me, "Oh man, Patrick, you must be so excited." Lukewarm.
Oh no.
Josh, how many playoff teams do you think Todd Monken has been on in the NFL?
How many?
0.
Okay.
But spin zone. Are you ready for this? He was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And what did he do with the 2 quarterbacks that he had there?
What do you do?
Josh, Fitzpatrick, ever heard of him? He made him into a top 10 quarterback. Josh, he made Jameis Winston.
Okay,
crab leg Steeler.
Crab leg enthusiast.
He is an enthusiast. I apologize. Yes.
Yeah, well, listen, I that sounds great to me. I think that if he can figure out how to do what Georgia did in the NFL or in college, that equivalent in the NFL, we'll be in business. So no pressure there, buddy. But
well,
you
right.
need to show
and you
up.
Think.
And also here's the thing. It's like some would say he's in a no pressure situation because Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator beforehand. But if he does worse than Greg Roman, like that, Ravens fans will hate him. And it will. If you thought it got loud for Greg Roman, if you do worse than Greg Roman, dude, you are done for because the standard in Ravens fans' minds is very high. So it's like no pressure, but also immense amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like you got to realize that if you're Todd Monken, the most excited that Ravens fans will probably be for you is the day you got hired. Like it's just a downward trajectory now.
But if you win us a couple playoff games, win us a Super Bowl,
Boom, all-time
You'll
high.
forever. You could, you're great. Wow. So good for the Ravens. Good for Todd. The NBA All-Star Week is here, which some would say I care about more than the actual NBA regular season.
I agree,
And,
Josh.
and I actually don't give a crap about the NBA All-Star Week, which is funny enough. So that's interesting. But the celebrity game is something that is always making conversation. And Patrick, you have the celebrity rosters. Just read through it here, and I think this gives a good picture of the state of the NBA.
Yes, Josh. So your team captain for Team Ryan. Everybody knows him, Ryan Smith.
Yep. Everyone knows Ryan Smith.
Yep. Kane Brown, country star. Corday, rapper. Diamond DeShields, WNBA player.
Okay.
Calvin Johnson. I know him.
Oh, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. Marcus Mione. The Miz.
Hey, I knew the Miz.
Albert Pujols.
Albert.
Everett Osborne. Ozuna. Guillermo.
What's that guy? He's always up to something silly.
Cinquea Walls. And then Josh, it just gets better.
Okay, this is gonna be where all the A-listers show up,
right? Team Dwayne Wade.
Do I know Dwayne?
Right. Nicky Jam. Jesser. Simu Liu. Hassan Minhaj. Hey, DK Metcalf.
I know DK.
Yeah.
Wow.
Janelle Monáe. Arike Agubuwali. 21 Savage.
I know 21. Can you do something for me?
Right. Ranveer Singh. Francis Tiafoe, Maryland legend. I do know him. Alex Toussaint. So pretty A-list celebrities there for the game.
What are we doing? There used to be a time when the All-Star game meant something. Patrick, I say right now, we're going to do a redraft. We are going to redraft the NBA All-Star game. Patrick, I'll give you the number 1 pick.
Thank you, Josh. And with the number 1 pick, sometimes you have to go back to go forward. And with that, I picked Kevin Hart, a multiple-time MVP winner of this celebrity game. Sometimes you got to bring the greatness back. And Kevin Hart, he brings it.
I think he's a true number 1. That being said, I think there is an obvious number 1 pick. For my number 1 pick, I'm going Adam Sandler.
Ooh.
Adam Sandler, notorious hooper, all-time celebrity, and he just brings that star factor. People are going to show up for Adam Sandler.
Right.
Oh, Patrick, the Wi-Fi. We're going to get through this right before his second pick is coming. Wait, you back? Now. Guys, here's the thing about the Wi-Fi this morning. It's been awful, and it's usually pretty bad. Wait, Patrick, number pick 2. Boom. Go now.
Yes. Josh, with my number 2 pick, I want to disrupt it. I want to take team chemistry off. I want to take Adam Sandler friend, Kevin James.
Oh, so you can get a little bit of rivalry there. I see that. My next pick is going to be a guy who's, he's done a couple movies. He's not like, I guess I wouldn't really say he's A-list in the movie game, but I think he's, I would still call him a celebrity. I'm going to take Michael Jordan.
Michael B. or
I would say Michael Jordan. He appeared in a couple movies in the 90s. Kind of small town guy, but I think that he can really hoop.
Right, Josh. So with my number 3 pick, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of you. I'm going to take avid actor, appeared in Space Jam. I'm going to take Michael B. Jordan.
Oh. Kind of like the Jordan v. Jordan thing.
Right.
Which one's the better Jordan? Only time will tell. This is why we get to watch the Celebrity All-Star game, though.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to I'm gonna take a guy who I believe can probably, you know, he's gonna get physical. He's going to, put all of his emotions out on the court. Give me Will Smith.
Ooh, that's a really good one. Sometimes you got to worry about maybe flagrant a technical on the play.
But I
Hey,
think,
the
but he puts heart. He puts heart on the court.
physicality there. Yeah, I do like that, Josh. For my fourth pick, Josh, I am going to go somewhere. Look, I am all about rivalries. And for my fourth pick, you have Will Smith. I take Chris Rock. If there's someone that I know that can get in the head of Will Smith, maybe really mess him up, it's Chris Rock. And that's who I like on my team.
And arguably, Chris Rock is on that revenge tour.
He is.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm gonna get a guy who is kind of so obvious. He's when you think A-list, you think of this guy. He's big, strong. Give me The Rock.
Ooh, that's good, Josh. I do like The Rock. Is built like a rock.
Great fourth rounder.
I think I'd argue great value there. I'm going to take someone to round out my team here at the fifth spot. Sometimes you got to look good on the court. And I think if there's someone that is coming off maybe looking the best in their life last summer, I'm going Miles Teller here because who doesn't want to fly a jet? Who doesn't want to take you to new heights on your team? And that's Miles Teller.
And I'm my last pick, my 5 pick. I think this person's really going to help the locker room and to really motivate the guys. Give me Margot Robbie.
I do like that pick, Josh.
Nothing else needed to say. I think that a fifth round value, a role player on the team. I think it's a draft.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't tune into that? By the way, like we just fixed the NBA.
I would much rather watch the game we just put together, Josh.
If that was the game we put together, I mean, I'd argue that probably would have more views than the NBA Finals.
Oh, I 100% agree with you.
That's and now that I just like imagine that in my brain, that's just I'm so bummed out that it's not that. That's annoying.
It's right because we gave you all the matchups you want. You get Kevin James and Adam Sandler, Will Smith, Chris Rock. I mean, Michael Jordans.
Yeah, that's exciting. Anyway, NASCAR is also back. NASCAR is back. The Daytona 500 this weekend. Patrick, who do you have? Who do you have pulling away with this thing?
Josh, Daytona 500, I look for consistency. I look for guys that can show up in the big moment.
Yeah.
I like Denny Hamlin this weekend. I like him to add another Daytona 500. Look, he's got 3 cars of his own in the field. You got to think he's got the information.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin, he knows Michael Jordan. So I take the Michael Jordan bump.
BFS. Now I'm going with a guy who I think people are sleeping on. And when this person is in the race, I will be picking him. Give me Jimmy Johnson.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, because he was so good late in his career.
And he was so good his whole career at restrictor plate races. So, that combination, I think he's going to be scary,
Right.
By the way, don't give the late in his career crap. He won a championship like the year before he retired. It's like, what are we talking about here?
You want to know how much confidence he has in his car?
How much?
He thought the engine was blowing up during his qualifying lap and then looked up at the scoreboard and said, wow, we were faster than I thought.
Exactly. So that's great. I'm excited. I am excited for NASCAR, and especially now that I'm an avid, esports NASCAR racer.
Yes.
And now, granted, I'm still working my way up. I'm on the dirt tracks right now.
You're big on the dirt track.
Well, because that's how you start. You have to start your career. You can't just
Josh,
jump
I think
straight
I could
into.
beat you. Josh, I could beat you right now on the Xbox controller, and you on
No,
the
well,
on
it's
the.
way harder than on the steering wheel. I got the feedback. It's a hard to handle. Legitimately hard to
Okay, fine.
handle.
Then I would beat you on the Sim, and you on the Xbox controller.
Either well, okay, well, I don't know, man. I don't know about that, but actually, I'm getting pretty good at dirt racing. That being said, it's very difficult because every single race I race, Tony Stewart's racing in. I don't know why he's racing every.
Wait, wait. So is this like a my career mode?
Yeah, every single
And they
race.
put Tony, and they put you on a dirt track with Tony Stewart.
It's every single time. It's all no name drivers and Tony Stewart. And I don't know if I think he's retired at this point in the season and in his career in the game that I have.
He's a
And
drag racer now.
And so now he's just been racing dirt track, and it's like every single race it's like, okay, I'm just struggling to get top 10 because it's my car. I'm in a crap team. No disrespect to my team.
Right.
And then I got to go against Tony Stewart, who's winning every race.
What an awful scenario. I would argue that you picked the wrong league to race in.
What I know, but I got to get past it to be able to get, to the truck series, and it's whatever. I'm gonna figure it out. But the problem is that I do not know how to do the road courses yet. And there's a lot of road courses in the circuit, and you got a downshift, and I don't know how to do that. It's really been tough, Patrick.
You would be just the prototypical, just trying to keep it in fifth gear.
I'm just trying to get it. Just listen. I'm a 4, and then I'm there, and then all of a sudden I turning, and everyone else is downshifting, and I don't know how to do that in the right spots, and then I'm flying off, and I'm hitting the brake. It's just it's awful, and I think that I may never be able to actually make it into the truck series because of it. And listen, and I tell you what, I don't know how I would do on concrete. I think I would do better there. I think I would do better because that's my background,
Yeah, it is. That's your home track.
And that's my background. Driving on the road is what, that's most of my driving experience.
Right.
So, yeah, it is what it is. Also, briefly, we're going to touch on this. Maryland basketball is back. That's all we need to say. Maryland is back. Anyway, that's the show. We're going to figure out how to do this this no football thing. It's going to take some time. We're going to work through it. If you made it to this part of the episode, DM us, and we will send you a free mug. And that's just the promise that we've promised for a long time. Make sure you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see ya. A peace.